Hi everyone, welcome back to RachandBellaCrafts. Rachel here. I hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me today. I want to do a quick demonstration for you today on how to make a vellum belly band. It's very straightforward. It's just a couple of things. I obviously want to give you a few other ideas as well while I've got the vellum out. What I've done with my vellum is I've put it through the embossing machine just to give it a little bit more of a pattern, you know, make it a little bit more interesting. I was going to put pattern paper underneath it, and I thought, no, I'm going to try and do it like this. Bear in mind, when you're embossing your vellum, it does become very fragile. So, for example, I've got a little bit of paper there from some that I embossed earlier on, and it does tend to just break a lot easier. So, when you're working with embossed vellum, just be aware that it can be quite brittle. So the first thing that we're going to do is I've taken a section of vellum. I've actually got two here I've cut already, so just to give you an idea, and I will get my book page so you can see the size that I'm working to. So this is my book page, and I have taken a section of the vellum, and I'm going to create a little hidden writing or journaling spot. And it's going to sit like that, just inside the journal page like that, and then when I affix it to the page, there'll be a spot at the back then for us to slide something in and out of there. But the inside is going to have a hidden journal spot. Okay, we'll come back to that journal later. So I've taken a piece of vellum, I've cut it down, I've measured it, I've worked out that the measurement that I want for my page, so just so that you can see, to give you some kind of idea of the scale. I know it's difficult to tell on the screen. So that's 7 1/4 inches by just under 3 inches. So 7 1/4 by just under 3. And I've now folded it in into, you know, so I've got two little doors on the front, two little flaps. Okay. The next thing that you're going to need is some scrap paper. So I've literally just taken some bits of coffee dye paper or tea dye paper, and I've got two folds. I'm going to put one over the other, and they're going to form my little notebook, which will go inside here. And then we're going to make a closure, and the closure is literally going to be just formed from some scraps. So I've got some paper scraps here, and I'm just going to simply create a closure that goes over the top there. So again, let's just go through those steps for you. So I've got a long piece of vellum. My piece here is 7 1/4 by just under 3 inches. We're going to fold it in to make it like a little swinging door. There's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see an over flap there. So obviously there's a bit of a one that goes over the other slightly, just by a centimetre. We're going to take your scrap paper, because we're going to need a little bit inside. Now you can affix that in any way that you like. You can stitch it in, you can glue it in, you can staple it in. It's entirely up to you. But we're going to fix that inside in a moment. But I'm just going to have a little look at the closure first. So I'm going to use some scraps, and with my scraps I'm going to make a closure that goes on the front. Okay. Okay, so the idea of the closure is that when the one flap overlaps the other flap, the closure will be stuck to this side, and then it'll just kind of click together to keep it in place. So you're not going to completely stick this down on here. So here's one I've done just now. As you can see, there's a little gap between here. You see that there? And as I open them, they open out, and that's stuck on there. And then as they close, the one folds inside of the other. There we go, and then it just holds itself closed then. So I'm going to just do that with this one here. So we're just going to add glue just to the 1/2 of the little snippet that we've just stitched. Obviously you don't need to stitch your snippet, you can just glue it, you can hand sew, you can staple it, it's entirely up to you, and whatever resources that you have to hand. I personally stitch out of convenience because I just find it's quicker. I'm not waiting for the glue to dry, but it's not a necessity at all. So don't feel that you need to you know, if you don't have a sewing machine that you can't do this. Now, should be able to open them both up. Excellent. And then when we're done, this glue is drying, but excellent. It's just a little tuck over so that it just holds itself in place. So that there, in effect, is your belly band. But now we want to put in the hidden bit, don't we? So, as I said, you can stitch it in, you can staple it in, you can glue it in. But I'm going to do something slightly different with mine. So I'm going to just grab some scraps a second. Let's see what we've got here. So obviously I've been working with the Bella Blue kit from Line Dot Arrow. And I'm currently using a piece from her anniversary kit because I think it is rather lovely. And I haven't yet had a chance. I did buy it last month, I think, or the month before. I haven't yet had a chance to use it because obviously we were full of Alice, weren't we? And I wanted to get some off and have a go. So this was perfect because it does actually complement the Bella Blue quite well. So let's just see if those bits there are long enough. That's fine. And then we'll have another bit of this. So this is out of the oh, I don't know now. Sorry, Nat, you shouldn't tell me off now because I'm not. Well, she won't tell me off. She's too nice to do that. I'm not. It's either out of the anniversary kit or the Bella Blue. I think it's, oh no, it's not, it's out of the anniversary kit, isn't it? Is it in here? Hang on a second, I'm going to just have to check now, because I'll feel bad otherwise, giving you the wrong information. Yeah, it's not in there. No, it must be out of the anniversary kit. No, it's definitely not this one. That's okay. Phew! I was getting myself a little bit confused then. Doesn't take much, I know. No, this is the anniversary kit, along with this paper here that I'm using. So what I'm just simply doing is, I'm just going to take off a few scrappy bits. And then I'm going to just make a little scrappy cluster to go at the top. And that will kind of hold then the little notepad in place. And it just makes it a bit easier then to stick it into the vellum. And I just think it looks nice when you've got a bit of an overlap over your notebook as well. Especially if you can bring in you know, if you are working with a kit or you are working with a theme, you're able to then bring it into the other aspects of it, aren't you? So, quick ink. Okay, so there we go, the finished product. Let me show you. So what I've done to just finish it off, I've added a little bit of lace and I just put a little pearl button on the front there. But it's now fixed into place and it's got a little, I've used a vellum envelope to tuck in behind it, and then I've got a lovely little Beatrix Potter note card. So just thought it was something a little bit different. It's nice to find alternate ways to use up the vellum, especially when it's embossed. This is vellum here that Mum's done some of that crazy dyeing on, and we just used it to make an envelope, but that just slides perfectly into the back of there. And then if she wants to have a hidden journaling spot, then she can write behind there. So there we go. So the journal is now complete. I'm going to give you all a quick sneak peek. Actually, Bella has seen the journal. I took it up to show her earlier on. She hasn't seen that, mind, so you've seen that before she has. But no, I did take it up to show her earlier on because I just wanted to check that she was happy and that it was getting the correct reactions, which it did, which is great. It always know you've done a good job when somebody cries. No, I'm joking. She did get a little emotional, but I don't mean that about doing a good job. So let me give you a quick whistle-stop tour then. So in the front, I've used the one of the journaling cards from the kit and some of the embellishments from the kit as well. And behind here, we've got a little tuck spot with a journaling card. And that image there is also from the kit, and so is the little tab thing on the end. So all of this is from the Bella Blue kit from Line Dot Arrow. The word Bella isn't, however. I did that with the letter stamps. I'm not sure if I did that on camera or not. Lots and lots of lace layered on the cover. It was a fabric cover, and I've added lace then to the edge here as well. And then in the back, we've got a pocket And in the back of there, I've got a large journaling card with another pocket. Yeah, so she can pop whatever she wants to then in the back of there, but should she need to write on anything, then she's got that there. So let's have a look inside. So we've got fabric on the inside here, and I overlaid with an extra fabric spine cover. I did a video on these. You saw me make these. These are the little vellum baggies that we made with the little tuck spots in the top there, if you remember. And then in here we've got a journaling card, which is from the kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. And obviously, as you know, I just stamped on the front of that with black ink. So I love those. They're like my new favourite thing. And Mum's super pleased because she bought me some Tim Holtz little tiny paper clips, but obviously she'll have a load now because I'm putting them in here. So there we go. Lace I used on the front of that. I literally used a table. It was just a table centre piece thing, mat thing, and I've used that and I've just made a ruffle with it. So I thought that was really quite charming. Lovely page here from the kit, the Vellum Blue. That's my favourite page. I thought it went really nicely with the fabric as well. I've used some different coloured stitching throughout. This is the light blue stuff that's mixed with white. There's some darker blue, and I also put a little bit of brown in there because I'm trying to keep the vintage element going. Can you see? Because Mum did say she would tell me off if I didn't let you see, because she said you're not going to be able to pick up on the camera how lovely it is, but at least zoom in, Rachel, she said. So there we go. There's a little snippet charm there. I've just used several fabrics and some lace, and then a little button on there, which I don't know what that stitch is called, but I've sewed the button on outwards rather than inwards. A little belly band hidden tuck spot that you've just made with me now, so that's all nice and secure in there, and she can pop anything that she wants to then in behind that. There we go. I think that looks quite nice on there. And then here she's got a vintage postcard dated 1927, I want to say, so it's almost 100 years old. And yeah, somebody's put a nice message on there. So it's a lovely lady called Rose, but I put it in there because I like the little verse on the front. So I thought Mum might appreciate that. I made this pocket with you guys. There's a tutorial. This is some vintage French a tag to go on a luggage tag, and this here is another vintage image that I had from a lady that I bought some ephemera from. So that's rather lovely. And then I just added some lace into the top of that. Another embellishment here on top of the pocket. This notebook comes in the kit, and I've popped it together with the inside, and I've left a gap there so if Mum wants to put receipts in or any little hidden notes that she doesn't want Dad looking at, I'm only kidding, she can hide them in there. And I've just added some little scrap bits of paper then, and I have stitched it in, sewn it in, not stitched it in, and I've just put a little cluster on there. This is a vintage tablecloth that I've torn, linen tablecloth, and I've made ruffles with that, and I'm really pleased with those because they are quite vibrant. This is a botanical book page, and I have folded it over the page so that I've got two pockets, and this is just an image out of a botanical book, which I thought was rather lovely, so I've added a tab to the end of that, and I just thought the colours went quite nicely together as well. And then I've got one of the word sentiments then out of our new summer bloom kit, and another one there. It's the little things. It is indeed. Mum loves this image here, this picture, so I've popped that in so she can use that to journal on. And then there's a tag here that Mum actually made for me some time ago using some of the pages from my Inspire kit, so I popped that in for her because, as she said earlier, we never get to keep any of our own work really. Genuine vintage wallpaper, even to the point that the stuff that's written on the side there, all original, all hand painted. And I've got a stuck a pocket on the back of it. Well, that's what we're all about, aren't we? I'm going to slide this off now, which I'll probably instantly regret. Hidden writing space in there. I did a little tutorial on that the other day, and there is a hidden paperclip in here, which I just hope now I can get back on. Oh, there we are, I've got him. Have I got him? Is he on? Oh, it's like they say, never work with children and animals live Well, never work with hidden paper clips live either if you're a bit hard of sight. There we go. We're on. We're in. Yay, we're good. There we are. And then she's got a little one of our journaling cards and another beautiful tag, all in blue. This one here, I made a teeny tiny little envelope. I just did it freehand. I didn't have a mould or anything. It might be slightly off centre, but that's okay. And I just printed out an old postcard and I made it really tiny and put it on the front of there. And then in here then she's got a collection of tickets, stamps. I think that's a little tiny mini check. And just some other little bits of tickety ephemera. Oh, fingers and thumbs now. And she can use those as and when she wants. And another little Tim Holtz paper clip. And another one of our sentiments. This here is a vintage style book page, not a book page, a bookmark. And this pocket here is from the kit. Sorry, I should have said. Oh, I haven't seen another one. This is from the kit. This is from the anniversary kit, this image here. That's not out of the Bella Blue one. But that's just a layered tag there, and I've popped some lace on there as well. Over the page, I've stitched the page. These pockets, well, they're envelopes actually, they come with the kit, but I've decided to use them as pockets. And I've stuck them on the page first, and I've stitched down the page. And then inside then are some of Natalie's gorgeous tags. She makes the most beautiful tags. Look at that, isn't that just stunning? And I've used the tabs that come with the kit then as well to indicate, to flip it open. And there's a little cluster on there and a little butterfly there that I fussy cut out of a botanical book. I've done a little scrappy snippet here with some vintage lace. This is a vintage page out of an old household ledger. And I just like the blue, I've used a navy blue stitch on that. And this is out of the kit. I love these images with the envelopes, they're just stunning. And I've just used some vintage lace to set this off because I didn't want to cover over the beautiful imagery. And again, the same on this side. I've done another little snippet. Here I've used an envelope which I've cut in half. I have stamped with gold and then I've stamped with teal over the top of it then. And that just gives it that nice shimmery shine. I hope you can see that there. And then inside that pocket then is an envelope from the kit, and I haven't sealed it so that she can use it as a journaling spot. Because Mum's more of a writer than a kind of a hoarder. She doesn't tend to keep, I say she doesn't keep receipts, but she doesn't keep receipts and things like that, so she would probably want to write in stuff. I hand stitched that. It's a little cluster, and the butterflies out the kit, and I printed that onto linen. This here is a vintage postcard. I saw somebody do a flip through the other day and I noticed that they had stitched on the postcard the vintage one, and I was a bit horrified at first, and then I thought actually that looked really nice, because if we just put in plain vintage postcards into journals, sometimes, especially if it's black and white, it can look a bit meh, you know, is the person going to take it out and throw it on the side? But I thought, I know, I'm going to use a little bit of the kit and a little bit of vintage lace and some nice pretty blue stitching, and I just think that looks really lovely. And it's just continuing now to be a bit of a work of art in there, isn't it? So where I put the flap of the envelope round, I've only stitched here to fix it. So there's a tuck spot, and this image here is out of the kit. Back of the wallpaper, little music paper snippet thing there as well. And then this comes in the kit. This is like a large label. I was a bit stumped what to do with them at first, so I had a little think, and then I thought I'm going to make it a tuck spot with this. So I've stitched, I've embossed it, I've stitched around it, I've added fabric and lace to it, and then it makes a lovely little tuck spot for this little vintage music envelope. Ledger paper, and then some of that lovely tablecloth, one of our little scripture cards, and then I did this pocket with you guys, and these gorgeous tags and journal cards are from the kit as well. So I've just literally put a snippet of lace on that one, and then a little tab, and I've just stitched around the edge of that one, and then I've just what's the word I'm looking for? I've put something on the back. I can't think of the word. Backed it. Yes, is that the word? I don't know. I can smell my dinner. I've got a cluster here with the button, and then a little bit of a snippet of the tablecloth on the end there. This pocket is from the kit. I've added some vintage lace. I've put some embossed music paper behind and a little bit of vintage lace underneath. Again, over the top with a sentiment, and then the pocket inside then is layered with some of the embossed parts of the kit. and these two little elements here from the anniversary kit, and there's some more vintage lace on that as well. Handmade paper, and then another cluster, and this is the first signature done, and then the second signature starts the same with that lace. And then in here, this is a picture of my mum and dad getting married. That's my mum, you can see, Bella, and that's my dad there. And these here are my grandparents. But my mum's wedding photos are all in black and white, so I'm not quite sure where this came from, but it's lovely. So I popped that in there for her, and I just clipped it onto that there. So that's in there in a lace pocket. Getting back in there, we go. And another one of those lovely little paper clips. And then on the next page then, we've got another one of those envelope halves. And I've added this from the kit, a lovely little tag there from the kit. Cluster, this little journaling thing from the kit, element, and then another one of these beautiful, and I've backed it so she can write on it. These were really lovely. They were like large labels, but they're fab because they're just something different to a tag, really, aren't they? So I've just stitched some embossed scraps, and I've used some of that funky thread. It's got the blue and the white in it. And then I've just added a layer then with a bit of lace and a bit of writing paper. So they go in there. It might be easier to do it that way. So you can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's it. Oh, Mr. Parrot, where are you going? There we go. And a bit of lace on the edge of the page there as well. And then here, this is from the kit as well. This is another element, and it's a bit more vintage ephemera here for us. It's an old guarantee, I think, for a watch from 1948. This is a music paper book page, out of a music book, a vintage one with some children's rhymes in. Some more of the tablecloth. This is that lovely page I showed you before with the fabric, not fabric. I can't think of the word. Patterns and designs. Fashion, that's the word I'm looking for. Gosh, my brain went completely blank then. This here is an envelope that came with the kit, and I've covered it with lace so that it will flip out like this. And again, I've left it as a journaling spot. And then underneath then, the paper was quite brittle, so I folded it up because the page was too long, and then I've overlaid embossed vellum, I don't know if you can see, just to protect the bottom of the page so it didn't perish. And then I've used that then as just a little tuck spot with a nice tag in there. And these lovely leaves are with the kit as well, and that's part of one of Natalie's kits. Just got a bit of writing page here then, and a bit of that fabric as a tab. That's actually a mini ruffle there, I don't know if you can see that. And then another one of the kit pockets, I've put some lace over the top, and there's lace here, and that's one of our little sentiments out of our summer kit. And then another tag, I think that's our Inspire kit there, but yeah, this is out of a type-in book page with a bit of vintage lace. I love this page so much. This is out of the kit, and this is as well. So this is lovely. And I believe, I hope I'm right in saying this, Natalie, these are in Dutch at the top. I think they are. If they're not, I do apologise, but I think it's Dutch at the top, which is lovely. I love that image there. That's just so beautiful. And then here we've got an embroidered pocket. And this is an element that comes with the kit. So I've embossed that and then made it into a tag. And that's just one of the ledger pages. Ledger cards even. And I've just put some of that funky stuff on the top there. Brown edge around this one, and a bit of lace on the tab. And there's a bit more vintage ephemera in here. So she's got an old receipt, and I think that's for having your clothes cleaned ticket for dry cleaning. And that's from the 1950s. And then I've just used again some scraps from the different kits that I was using, and a bit of embossed music paper. And then on the back I've got a little bit of lace and another pocket, but I've turned the pocket sideways this time because obviously the pockets are designed up with that. So I've cut the back off there, that wing, and then it's like a big tuck spot now, just so it make it a little bit different. we've just vintaged up a little bit of a image there, and then there is another bit of vintage ephemera. Put that in there. These little journal cards come with the kit. They're super cute. So I've backed those and I just stitched around the edge. And then this here, instead of having a fabric flip, I've done an embossed paper flip. So that's just a piece of, that's one of the kit pages. I've put it through the embossing machine, and you know, it's the theme here with this journal. It's all about embossing. Clearly the machine was out this week, but no, I just thought it'd be good to try some different things, and I really quite like that. So again, we've got a little scrappy snippet at the top. I hope you can see that there. That's from the anniversary kit, that image there. And there's some music paper and there's some tablecloth underneath then. And then another frill. This is the trifold out of the kit. I do tend to struggle with trifolds, never quite sure what to do with them. So this here is stitched to the page, and it's a tuck spot. It's a nice big tuck spot. You could put, you know, a document or something behind there, but it'll hold it in place. I put a fabric snippet there, and then on this side, this opens all the way out, so you can then write on the inside of those, and it's only affixed to the page by being stitched on with that there, look. Hope you can see that. And I just put one of those little mini envelopes on there then to make a little pocket. This is another hidden journaling spot like the one at the front, and there's a little journal card in there as well. And I've just stitched the page down there and added a scrap of vintage lace here. Left a little bit of journaling space here, and I've added one of my snippets that are hand sewn with a little button on. And then here we've got just some different journaling cards. Then this one is from the kit. This is from an old card game of my grandparents, I think it was like a score pad. This was sent to me in Happy Mail from Mehtaj a little while ago, so I gifted that to Mum. That's a lovely tea-dyed index card, and she's embellished that. And this is some of my dragonfly note paper that I've got. So I just thought they were quite nice. So if she wants to do a bit of journaling, she can use some of those from the back page there. And then finally, the other one of these little vellum pockets. And I've added that in there, and that's got, I'm going to have to show you the journal card because it's stunning. Shouldn't have that hidden in there. This card is from the kit, and it is my favourite piece of all. There we go, look at that. Isn't that just lovely? So that goes in there. And then that goes up under there. And then that's the final page. And in the back, if you remember, there is a pocket. So there's a large journaling card, and then another large image plate from a botanical book. So Mum can do with those in as she chooses. But that's it. So that's my design team project done for this month. This was the Bella Blue kit. I hope you liked it. And Mum will be very pleased to know now she can have this tomorrow because I took it up, showed it to her, and then whisked it away. So yeah, that's my my flip through done. If you've got any questions, obviously pop them in the comments. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and don't forget to give your Vellum Bellyband a try. See you very soon. Thanks. Bye now.